Welcome. We're glad that you could join us today for the NTTV4 News at noon from the University of North Texas. I'm Rashad Udoji.
And I'm AlexThompson. You know, Rashad, it's such a beautiful day today in Denton, a much needed change from the rain and severe weather we've had over the past few weeks.
I agree, Alex. I can't even complain about the heat or the heat index. I'm just happy to see the sun's out.
Today's top story, UNT researchers will soon receive millions of dollars in awards to study the effects of oil spills on the Gulf of Mexico's ecosystem.
And a UNT Autism Conference shares techniques to improve success at home, school, and beyond. But first, a new local comic and toy shop has opened in Denton. The small shop provides many activities to the local community and has many plans for the future. Co-owner Beth Ballman gave us a first look to show us what Freaks and Geeks is all about.
Freaks and Geeks is a newly opened retro shop in Denton. The residential business is sure to spark nostalgia with certain crowds and collectors.
Well, we had been running conventions for about 4 years, and after a really good one this past summer, we kind of just looked at each other and then, we should just do this.
From retro consoles and games such as Sega and Nintendo to a room full of toys and figures, and even a massive collection of comics, co-owners Beth and Alec have many things to offer the local community.
We do console repair, we do vintage video games, comics, toys, anything nerdy really. We do a lot of events and things like that, and we're really focusing mainly on bringing the community together, more so than just selling things.
A game area is set up in the living room for customers to not just try games, but to hang out and participate in tournaments as well.
You mentioned events. What are some of the events y'all plan on having here?
We're already doing video game tournaments every other week. They alternate with like fighting games. The last one we did was like a GoldenEye tournament on 64. We're also going to be doing like Harry Potter night and horror movie nights and all sorts of stuff. So we're planning to offer a wide arrangement of things for people to do.
The already locally recognized shop wants to give more to the community than selling its product, but also spotlights local artists and musicians as well.
We do Artist of the Month, and currently we have Otter Illustration working with us currently. He's doing different events, like this Friday he's going to be doing like a live painting here, and then Saturday night we have a DJ called Lofty that's going to be playing live here, and our artist is going to be doing like digital drawings on the TV at the same time.
Beyond the fun and games, there's a question everyone seems to ask.
We live in the attic. We don't live in the kitchen. There's no basement here. We have our own separate homes. So.
I'm AlexThompson.
We'll be back in 30 seconds to learn for the first time what can make you healthy, wealthy, and maybe just a little bit wiser. Welcome. We are glad that you can join us today for the NTTV4 News at Noon from the University of North Texas. I'm AlexThompson.
And I'm Rashad Udoji. It's such a beautiful day today in Denton, a much needed change from all the severe rain and weather we've been experiencing these past few weeks.
You know, Rashad, you're so right. I can't even complain about the humidity or the heat index. I'm just happy to see the sun.
Today's top stories, UNT researchers will soon receive millions of dollars in awards to study the effects of oil spills on the Gulf of Mexico.
And a UNT Autism Conference shares techniques to improve success at school, home, and beyond. But first, an inside look into Denton skate culture. Sam O'Donnell sat down with us to enlighten us on the skate culture.
My name's Sam O'Donnell. I'm a graduate at UNT and I work at Denton Skate Shop.
Describe Denton Skate Supply.
Denton Skate Supply is a local skate shop. Our motto is like, for skateboarders, by skateboarders. We're here to provide for like the local community of skateboarders and longboarders.
What do you do at Denton Skate Supply?
Well, I'm just like I guess you could call me like a store manager. I really don't have a title, but you know, it's kind of unofficial like you would think at most jobs. But what I typically do is I'm like your greeter, your customer service representative type person, and I try to figure out what the person wants and try to give them what they need.
What does Denton Skate Supply offer that other skate shops don't offer?
We're definitely, we're new still. I mean, we're a little more like, I guess, open to people, I think, for sure. Like certain skate shops, that are like Zoomies or the other local skate shops are kind of intimidating, I feel like. People who are new to skateboarding or longboarding might be afraid to kind of go in there and ask dumb questions. So I feel like what makes us unique, we're definitely open and like welcoming to anyone who wants to get involved, because the more people skating, the better for us. And we want to build this community. Like, we actually care. We do events. We do contests and things to try to get people involved and even get the parents, like some DSS gear and stuff. So we like that.
We'll be back in 30 seconds to learn for the first time what can make you healthy, wealthy, and maybe just a little bit wise.
Thanks for joining us today on NTTV News. I'm Alex Thompson, and I'm here today with Rashad Udoji to talk about the stresses of school. So, Rashad, as you've grown, how has stress changed for you?
Getting older, just having more responsibility, more people counting on you, as far as, family, friends, and just, stepping up to the plate and just, owning those responsibilities and finding a way to get it done. My coach used to tell me, be the solution, not the problem. So.
Okay. How have you handled the stresses, I guess, of juggling school and personal life?
I think really just being surrounded by good people that are, positive, and, everyone has those days where you're just like, man, I don't want to work today, I don't want to study. But, just being around people that are just going to, keep you in your zone and help you kind of find that determination to get it done.
Oh, yes. I think you need a lot of motivation.
Yeah, it's good to have a support system. Can't do it alone. Yeah.
Okay. With projects and schoolwork and stuff, what are some tips that you would give people in handling this kind of work in college?
Really just, I think a lot of people, especially in this program, they feel like, oh, if I don't learn it in class, I don't know it, when that's not the truth. The truth is you just got to get out there and, whether it's YouTube tutorials or talking with professionals, media professionals, just really getting out there and finding those answers to your questions, or figuring out, how to do different things in the production process. So, I think it's important to learn from school, but also learn on your own time and grow in your own time.
Okay. How would you compare yourself as a freshman to where you are now?
If I could go back 4 years ago, I would tell the younger version of myself to quit messing around and have a concrete plan. This is my third school in my undergraduate career, and so I wish I had known back then to have more of a concrete plan, and I think that would have kind of helped me not jump around so much, and but it all worked out in the end, obviously.
It looks like it. I mean, you're here. Would you suggest maybe going to a junior college or something before going to university?
If you don't know where you want to go, then absolutely. If a lot of people want to, my thing was just getting out of my city, getting out from under my parents, being my own man. So I would definitely say, yeah, if you have a clear ideal of where you want to go and what you want to do, that's fine. But if you're uneasy, you're on the fence, just stay at that community college the first 2 years and save some money.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
I'm Alex Thompson, and this is NTTV News. Join us again tomorrow.
Hi, welcome to NTTV News at Noon. I'm Rashad Udoji, sitting down here with Alex Thompson, here to talk about college and life tips. So Alex, I have to ask you, how did you handle due dates and projects throughout your college career?
Well, I will say this. As a freshman, I procrastinated a lot. I would always wait until the last minute just to get things done, and I always just had this mentality of, oh, you know, I'll get it done at like 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning, or I'll wake up early the day before and I'll get it done before class. But then I realized as it goes on and it gets harder, you can't do that. You have to plan out, and you have to do it like days in advance, and you have to plan out your dates even sometimes weeks in advance to make sure that it can cope with all your other schedulings in life. Like I work full time, so it gets hard sometimes just to juggle it all around.
Okay. How did you talked about juggling projects, but how did you juggle that with your personal life as well?
Well, I find myself up, like I said, I find myself up really late at night sometimes. I mean, even though I'm not procrastinating and waiting till the last minute, I still find myself, I get off work usually at 9:30, 10 o'clock, and then I have to go home, and then I'll usually just do all this work before I go to bed. It's really hard to have a personal life now, especially working full time. But every so often I'll find time for friends and just to go out and have fun. But when it comes to school, I guess school comes first.
Okay. What is something that you wish you had known at the start of your college career that you now know?
How much, I guess, work and stuff it goes into this degree field. Being a CBCM major, I kind of wasn't sure what to expect. I was a music major for 3 years previously, and then I was a journalism major for a semester in newsprint before I came here, and I wasn't used to having to maintain a certain GPA or having to get class codes for anything, and just stuff filling up so fast. So it was, I guess, just a big change.
Okay. And as you've gotten older, how have you dealt with that stress?
I guess that I've learned to just cope with it. When I first started, I've always never been really a stressed out person. I've always been really easygoing and laid back. But I've never really had problems with stress. And I guess it's gotten better, you could say, as I've gotten older, just because I've learned different ways to manage my time.
Okay. And finally, what has been the best part about your college experience personally?
Just meeting all the people, all the friends and the connections I've made in college have gone in tremendous strides into different places. I mean, there's people I've met now that have connections with different TV companies, channels. I have friends that do writing for online sites. I even have friends that make costumes for comic book conventions. So really, it's just the people that I've met that have really made this so great.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. You gave a lot of insightful answers. This is Rashad Udoji signing out, NTTV News. Stay tuned for 30 minutes for our next segment.
We just learned that an accident involving an 18-wheeler and a pickup truck pulling a trailer happened moments ago on the northbound lanes of I-30 East at the Fort Worth exit. This 1-mile section on both the north and south sides of I-30 East is closed until further notice. Denton police report that the tractor-trailer spilled 200 pounds of recycled materials onto the highway and access road. Hazardous material teams are on their way to assess the spill. We'll be following the story closely as it unfolds. Watch the bottom of your TV screens for further details as they come in. And be sure to follow the events on our website at nttv4u.com. I'm Alex Thompson, and thank you for joining us today for NTTV News at Noon.